members that are present here to carry our news, to carry it on the news, what we want to say. So basically, the reason why I have called to you for a press report here is that to draw to your notice the way the government is harassing the minorities. So the issue here at hand is that in May, on 24th of May 2023, this year, our ongoing construction building is in progress in the property 221 and suddenly the Talati in charge of this area, he comes to me and he begins to ask that obviously some complaint was filed before the Mangala and or before the deputy collector, and he was directed immediately on urgent basis to come and check if we are having the conversion sanad. So I did inform him, I briefed him that our conversion sanad application is pending before your head office, that is the Deputy Collector Revenue Office, and it is in process. But he began to tell me that as long as you don't have the conversion sanad, the whole thing is illegal. So I told him it cannot be, I will provide all the documents. So I had provided him the entire set of documents, right from 2009. So basically, our construction of our institution building has all the licenses, not only from TCP, it has also all the licenses from the village panchayat of Suri. Now, my license was issued by TCP in the year 2013, thereafter the panchayat has given in 2017, then 2020, and then 2022, and the license is valid and they have not expired. But the point is that in the panchayat, not now, but in the past, have followed during that relevant time, they follow the procedure for the entire village of Suri. Because the conversion sanad takes a long time, process is very long. So they issue the construction license on the basis of an affidavit in undertaking, stating that at the time of occupancy, then the conversion sanad will be furnished. And that was the same thing, procedure that was applied to us also, on which basis we were granted the license. Now my file, the interesting point is to note that my file of conversion has not been put in only after I received the TCP license, but rather my file, the process for conversion was initiated in 2009. In 2009, then in 2012, the Schedule 1, and at that time we had put in an application that we wanted it for a building for old age home, orphanages, etc. Now then, after TCP issued the license, then panchayat license, then we continued the same process and we put in an application for exemption. Since it's an institution building and there is a notification which says that institution buildings come under the purview of a particular notification which exempts them from paying the conversion fees. So we put in an application specifically applying for the exemption to the deputy collector, and we put in also the revised plan on that to that effect. We converting the application from old age home and orphanage and residential purpose. We put it for the institution building. So we paid all the fees, the conversion, the application fees, everything what was required to be paid was already paid. Now in the process, it came before, after complying with all the due process, right up from 2009, the challan was paid in 2009, then we had the revised plan submitted to the collector in 2019, then we had the revised Schedule 1 plan submitted to the collector in 2020, then the Inspector of Survey Land Records, they addressed a letter to the collector for the survey. Now, I would like to draw to your notice that the collector North Goa, Gopal A. Parsikar, based on our application for exemption, he addressed a letter to the Director of Art and Culture. According to notification 16/7/2085/RB dated 26/09/2030, he says that some institutions, according to this notification, are exempt from payment of the conversion fees, and in terms of the said notification, this office is required to refer the application for conversion to the notified authority as mentioned in column 3 of the notification for its confirmation or recommendation as the case may be. Now, up to this point, we were regularly going up and down to the collector's office, and the file was not moving forward. We had to literally press forward, and there was a particular person by name Damayanti who was in this office, and she just refused to cooperate. She was literally calling us every week. We were every week at the office to see that the file moves forward, because it was not moving forward. Some excuse or the other she was giving, and the file was just left with her. But Office of the Art and Culture, because the collector deputy collector revenue, it was on his discretion that he decided to move it to Art and Culture for their report for the activities of art and culture exemption application for sanad fees. So it was moved over there. Now, he also forwarded our letter of 2022 letters, 25, then 22, and 25 of January 22, and 22nd of March 22, and April 4th April 22. All these letters he forwarded. Now the letter was forwarded dated 25/01 of 222 to the Office of the Art and Culture, the Directorate of Art and Culture. And the respective note also was mentioned, and the art and culture. Then after we are pursuing with the art and culture. Now there also we are facing a big delay. Somehow the other things are not happening. The collector says no documents are provided. I asked for a reminded him all the documents that I have provided that are required as per LRC. So this thing is going on. It's going forward. It's going backward. Finally, then the intimation letter came for the site inspection, and that is the Assistant Director of Art and Culture, that the ADAC, that is Sri Milind Mate. Now it's very interesting to know. Milind Mate does come for site inspection, and he prepares his report on 2nd of August 2022. Now, this application is under the LRC code. Conversion of land under the Land Revenue Code. It's a conversion of land. Now he prepares his report, whatever his report he has prepared it. But it's interesting to note here, see the religious angle he's taking here. He says in his report, also found rumors that at above address institution, so-called 5 pillars situated at the same address and also managed by same person called Mr. Dominic D'Souza, is involved in religious conversion which takes place at above address. The same news is also published in daily newspapers. At the time of inspection by this directorate, no such conversion activities were observed. Whatever it is. But the point is, he says no activity was observed. Now this report he has prepared in August. And our High Court order setting aside the section 144 was widely published in the newspaper and the newspapers and in the social media. Now, this Milind Mate goes beyond his jurisdiction in talking about religious conversion when his jurisdiction is only restricted to land conversion. But yet he goes forward and he makes a mention there, obviously to prejudice our application. To prejudice our application that this is religious activity, he makes a mention over there. Now, the thing is that, assuming that he got the rumors from the newspaper, stating that religious activity is taking place over here, religious conversion, how come that he did not know the High Court order in writ petition 63 of 2023 that setting aside the order of 144 and all the observations of religious conversion, all those observations that were made by the High Court, how come he doesn't have that to his knowledge? Obviously, to stop the conversion, son. So this is the thing. He is restricted only to making his observation only as per land, whether it's agriculture and it is now being converted to non-agriculture or commercial or residential or whatever. It is not his jurisdiction to comment on religious conversion. So on that basis, we approach the High Court because I gave the talati, because the talati also was insisting it is illegal, he was going on. He was not ready to accept it, and he had an urgent instruction, urgently for the Mamleda to file the site inspection, file his checklist and the talati report. But after I gave him this document, then everything was silent. So we realized that the government is out to harass us even on this land conversion issue also, and the land in conversion on which the institution building is taking place, it is a settlement zone. It is purely a settlement zone. 52, okay, of 2023. Finally, we approached the High Court because we realized that these people are going to this department, either it's the art and culture or it is Deputy Collector Revenue. So in the Deputy Collector Revenue, I want to specifically say that it was Damayanti who was kept dealing our file. She was refusing to move it forward. And in the art and culture, it is Milind Mate. Okay, he is making a religious angle to the application. Now, because of these two things, we said we better move to the High Court. So we moved to the High Court seeking for a direction. It came before the division bench, and the order was passed. And the order has been passed directing the Deputy Collector Revenue and the Art and Culture. Okay, they have been directed to give us a conversion sanad within 4 months. So by December, they are supposed to grant us the conversion sanad. So it's interesting to note that from 2019, we are pursuing the matter. From 2019 to 2023, we had to finally approach the High Court to get the conversion sanad, issue of conversion sanad expedited. And we had to approach because it was being made a religious conversion issue by Shri Milind Mate of the Art and Culture Directorate. So that's what I want to bring before you, how this government is harassing the minorities for settlement zone also.
हांगा खंय तरी पॉलिटिकल इंटरफियरन्स आसा म्हणूनच तो माटे कोण आसा तो तुमकां दिवंक सोदिना ताका लागून टायम लागलो डिले जाले.
Can I add to that question?
Yeah.
Do you feel that Marathi has been used,
Mate.
or that
Mate.
Mate has been just a pawn?
There is a possibility, but if I put an RTI, then I can find out as to what enables him to make this type of a statement. Because unless we put an RTI, I would not know what is his direction from his superior. If the superior has not given a direction, then obviously it is Milind Mate who has worked up this report on his own, at least on the religious conversion aspect. I'm not talking about the other aspect. But on the religious conversion aspect, if there is no direction from his superior, then it is he's moved forward to make this observation on his own. Now, if I put an RTI, then I will come to know. If I put asking for the superior's direction to make this observation, then we will come to know. But according to me, he has no right, he has no jurisdiction to make this observation because it's only a land conversion. He has to only restrict himself to a land conversion. So even in a land conversion issue, they are making it a religious conversion issue. That's what I'm.
तुमचे मेन कितें म्हणणें आसा ऑलरेडी तुमी हॅपी आसात हें कितें जालां तेजेर.
Pardon?
हायकोर्टान ऑर्डर दिली की 4 महिन्या नंतर तुमकां हे दिवचें म्हणून.
Yeah, very
पूण
simple.
आतां सध्या
That's the direction we were seeking. Because we wanted expedited, because the angle in which it was moving was not right. The angle is moving instead of the land conversion, also been trying to be prejudiced into a religious conversion issue. That's why we approached the High Court.
Okay.
So now, what High Court direction has been given, we are happy with that. We have got justice. So now we wait and watch to see what they are going to do, because my application is way back in 2009. Okay, so now they will issue me the conversion sanad. So now let me see what fees they are going to apply, 2013 or 2009.
ओके.
Then